you are already spending money every single month. Groceries, restaurants, gas, subscriptions, maybe $2,000, maybe $4,000, maybe more. But here's the question nobody asks you. What is that spending actually giving you back? Because right now, somewhere out there, someone just booked a round-trip flight to Japan. 4 nights in a luxury hotel, total out-of-pocket cost, almost zero. They did not win a lottery. They did not get a special deal. They used 3 credit cards, strategically, and let their normal everyday spending do all the work. In this video, I am going to show you exactly which 3 cards they used, how the point system works, and how you can realistically replicate this, even if you have never touched a travel credit card before. This is not theory. These are real cards, real numbers, and a real system that works in 2026. Let's get into it. Before we talk about the specific cards, you need to understand one simple idea. Travel hacking is not about spending more money. It is about making sure every dollar you already spend is working for you. Most people swipe a debit card or a basic credit card and get nothing back. Zero. Every grocery run, every dinner out, every Uber, gone with no return. Travel hackers do the exact same spending on the right cards and walk away with points that convert into free flights, free hotel nights, and even business class seats. Here is the math at a high level. The 3 cards in this video have a combined welcome bonus of roughly 250,000 points, if you meet their minimum spending requirements in the first few months. At a conservative value of 1 cent per point, that is $2,500 in travel. But if you redeem those points strategically, through the right transfer partners, that same 250,000 points can be worth 5,000, 6,000, or even more. And this is where it gets interesting, because the welcome bonuses are just the beginning. The real engine is the everyday earning rate, points you keep collecting every single month for years. Now let's talk about the 3 cards. The first card is the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Annual fee $95 per year. This card has been the #1 recommended starter travel card for years. And in 2026, it still holds that position. Here is why. Right now, new cardholders can earn 75,000 bonus points after spending $5,000 in the first 3 months. Let that sink in. $5,000 over 3 months is roughly $1,667 per month. For most households, that is just normal spending. Rent, groceries, utilities, eating out. Those 75,000 points have a baseline value of around $937 when used through the Chase travel portal. But through smart transfers, they can be worth significantly more. The Sapphire Preferred earns 5 times points on travel booked through Chase, 3 times on dining, 2 times on all other travel, and 1 times on everything else. So every restaurant meal, every rideshare, every hotel booking, all of it is feeding your points balance automatically. But this is where it gets interesting. The real power of this card is not the portal. It is the transfer partners. Chase Ultimate Rewards, that is the name of their points currency, transfers 1-to-1 to over a dozen airline and hotel loyalty programs. That means 1,000 Chase points becomes 1,000 partner miles, or points instantly, with no conversion penalty. Some of the most valuable partners include United Airlines, Air Canada Aeroplan, Singapore Airlines KrisFlyer, Virgin Atlantic Flying Club, and World of Hyatt. Here is a concrete scenario. You earn 75,000 points from the welcome bonus. You transfer 60,000 of those points to World of Hyatt. With 60,000 Hyatt points, you can book 3 to 4 nights at a Category 6 or 7 property, like the Park Hyatt Tokyo. The cash rate for that hotel runs between $800 and $1,200 per night. 3 nights. Cash price? Up to $3,600. Points price? 60,000 points. You just turned 1 welcome bonus into a luxury hotel stay worth thousands of dollars. Alternatively, transfer those same points to Air Canada Aeroplan, and you can book a round-trip economy flight to Japan from around 55,000 points. Cash price for the same ticket, $900 to $1,200. The card charges $95 per year, but it also gives you a $50 hotel credit each year when you book through Chase Travel. That brings the effective cost down to $45 per year, less than $4 per month. For a card that unlocks thousands of dollars in travel value, $45 is not a cost. It is the best investment you will make all year. The second card is the Capital One Venture Rewards. Annual fee, also $95 per year. If the Chase Sapphire Preferred is the strategic card, the Capital One Venture is the simple card. And simple is powerful, especially when you are just starting out. Right now, new card holders can earn 75,000 bonus miles after spending $4,000 in the first 3 months. That is a lower spending requirement than the Chase card. On top of that, there is currently a limited-time $250 Capital One travel credit included in the first year. Combined, that welcome package is worth over $1,000 in travel from day one. This card earns 2 times miles on every single purchase. No categories to memorize, no rotating bonuses, no complexity. Every dollar you spend anywhere earns 2 miles. You also get 5 times on hotels and rental cars booked through Capital One Travel. Here is what makes this card beginner-friendly. You do not need to learn a loyalty program. You do not need to find award availability. You do not need to transfer anything. You simply book your trip however you want, on Google Flights, on Expedia, directly with the airline, pay with your Venture card, and then use your miles to erase the charge from your statement. Every mile is worth 1 cent when used this way. So 75,000 miles covers $750 in any travel purchase. Booked a $400 flight to Mexico? Erase it. Paid $350 for an Airbnb in Portugal? Erase it. This flexibility is something most travel cards simply do not offer. And this is the part most people get wrong. They think flexible means low value. It does not. Capital One also has over 15 airline transfer partners, including Air Canada Aeroplan, Air France Flying Blue, Turkish Airlines Miles and Smiles, and Avianca Life Miles. When you transfer strategically to these programs, the value of your miles jumps significantly. For example, transferring Capital One miles to Air France Flying Blue can get you a one-way economy flight from the US to Europe for 25,000 to 35,000 miles. Cash price for the same ticket, $600 to $900. Or transfer to Avianca Life Miles, which has one of the best award charts for Star Alliance flights. A one-way business class from Europe to North America can start at 70,000 Life Miles. Cash price, $3,000 to $5,000. The third card is the American Express Gold Card. The annual fee is $325 per year. Now, $325 sounds like a lot, but stay with me, because this is the card that quietly builds the biggest points balance over time, from spending you are already doing. New card holders may be eligible for up to 100,000 membership rewards points after spending $6,000 in the first 6 months, at a conservative valuation of 2 cents per point, which is definitely achievable through smart airline transfers. That welcome bonus alone is worth $2,000 in travel. This is where the Amex Gold separates itself from everything else. It earns 4 times membership rewards points at restaurants worldwide. That includes takeout and delivery, 4 times at US supermarkets, on up to $25,000 in purchases per year, and 3 times on flights booked directly with airlines. Think about what that means for a typical household. If you spend $500 per month on dining and $500 per month on groceries, that is $1,000 per month at 4 times earning. That is 4,000 points every single month, 48,000 points per year, just from eating and buying food. Add the welcome bonus, and after your first year, you could realistically be sitting on 148,000 membership rewards points without any unusual spending behavior. The annual fee is almost an illusion. Here is the math that surprises most people. The Amex Gold comes with $120 in annual dining credits, $10 per month usable at Grubhub, The Cheesecake Factory, and a few other partners. If you use it, that is $120 back in your pocket each year. It also comes with $120 in annual Uber Cash, $10 per month for Uber Rides or Uber Eats, another $120 back, and a $100 Reside dining credit for eligible U.S. restaurant reservations. Total credits, $340 per year. Annual fee, $325 per year. If you actually use those credits, and they are not hard to use, The card literally pays you $15 net. The fee disappears, and you are still earning points on every meal and grocery run. Where do Amex points go? Amex membership rewards transfers to a large number of airline partners, including Air France Flying Blue, British Airways Avios, Delta Sky Miles, Singapore Airlines KrisFlyer, and Avianca Life Miles. A practical example: transfer 88,000 Amex points to Air France Flying Blue and book a round-trip business class flight from the US to Paris during a promo period. Cash price for that seat: $3,500 to $6,000. Points price: 88,000 points plus taxes. Now here's the full picture. These three cards are not random. They are designed to cover every spending category, and together they form a complete travel hacking system. Use the Amex Gold for all dining and groceries. 4 times the points on every meal and every grocery run. Use the Capital One Venture for everything else in daily life. Gas, shopping, subscriptions. 2 times the points on every dollar, no thinking required. Use the Chase Sapphire Preferred for travel bookings and to access the best transfer partners, especially World of Hyatt and United Airlines. In year 1, combining the 3 welcome bonuses alone gives you roughly 250,000 points across 3 currencies: Chase Ultimate Rewards, Capital One Miles, and Amex Membership Rewards. At minimum, that is $2,500 in travel. Optimized through the right transfer partners, it is $5,000 to $8,000 or more. One important note: do not apply for all 3 cards on the same day. Space your applications 30 to 60 days apart. This protects your credit score and gives each application the best chance of approval. Let me make this real with one final scenario. You apply for these 3 cards over a 3-month period. You spend normally: food, groceries, daily life. You hit the minimum spending requirements on each card. After 6 months, you have approximately 250,000 points total. You transfer 60,000 Chase points to Hyatt and book 3 nights in Tokyo. Cash value: $2,400. You use 55,000 Capital One miles transferred to Aeroplan for a round-trip economy flight to Japan. Cash value: $1,100. You keep your 100,000 plus Amex points ready for the next trip, or use them now for business class to Europe. Total out-of-pocket for that Tokyo trip: around $50 in airport taxes and fees. Total cash value of what you just redeemed: over $3,500. You did not spend extra money. You spent the same money on a smarter system. That is travel hacking. That is how it actually works. You now know the 3 cards. You know the points. You know the numbers. But knowing the cards is only half the game. The real question is, how do you actually find a business class seat for 60,000 points when everyone else sees no availability? How do you search? Where do you look? What tools do you use? That is exactly what the next video covers. Step by step, no guesswork. Hit subscribe so you do not miss it. See you there.